So there's this new hype app called Clubhouse that everybody's raving about. I wonder, are we seeing the surge of a new mainstream social media channel? Could we potentially be missing out on the next big thing by not being on there? Is the app really worth the 1 billion valuation, or is it just an elaborate snowball scheme? Let's look beyond the hype. Since I first heard about Clubhouse, my feeds have been flooded with how cool, how raw, how authentic the app is. But is it really? Can a public app even be authentic? Some folks are even predicting that Clubhouse is going to kill podcasts. To better understand if that is actually going to happen, we need to look at two things: the motivation of people promoting Clubhouse and where the hype comes from. Right now, the hype is driven by artificial scarcity. The invites are made to be a rare good, which they aren't, and the news focuses only on how hard it is to get into Clubhouse instead of the actual features. That creates FOMO, the fear of missing out. That FOMO is further fueled by stars, influencers and want-to-be influencers talking about how great Clubhouse is, and we feel like everybody's talking about it and we are left out. But what is the motivation of these people talking about Clubhouse? They want to be early. Being early on a social media platform has led to many people grow a massive audience and influence. So these people talking about Clubhouse, they want to expand their audience and influence. And while we're at it, subscribe to this channel and like this video because I want to grow my audience and my influence. The thing is, self-promotion in itself isn't bad. But when you sell an app to be authentic, self-promotion is the opposite of your value proposition. And for most people on Clubhouse, it's not about giving back. Then there's also the fact that Clubhouse is a public app, which means repercussions are looming everywhere. There are some politicians that have received massive flack for being authentic when they talk to their friends on Clubhouse. Do you think these people will continue being authentic? But why is everybody raving about Clubhouse then? 2 words: perfect timing. Clubhouse is filling a temporary void. They are replacing conference panels while everything is restricted to being virtual thanks to COVID. What do you think holds more prestige? I spoke in a Clubhouse room with Oprah, or here's the talk I gave at this year's South by Southwest? Or what do you think is going to happen once we all return to our offices? Will we still have time to just hang out in Clubhouse during our lunch break? Then again, I understand why we need a new mainstream social media channel. Facebook and Instagram have become stale. TikTok is for the younger generation, and the older generation / the business world, they want their own social media channel. But it's not going to be Clubhouse. Clubhouse is facing 4 major problems. Number 1, they face the same problems as linear TV. Number 2, there are already podcasts. Number 3, the entry barriers are too high. And number 4, the audience is too narrow. So, what does Clubhouse have to do with linear TV? Simple. They are competing for the attention of their audience at predetermined times. If you do want to participate in a call with Oprah, Kevin Hart or whoever, you have to be there at a set time. But they could solve that by adding recordings, right? Well, they could, but what is the USP over podcasts then? Adding recordings would completely destroy the participation aspect that everybody loves about Clubhouse. Then we also have the problem that the entry barriers are too high to participate in Clubhouse. What do you think is easier? Posting a picture taken with your iPhone on Instagram, or having great audio for all the participants in your Clubhouse room? And even if you can solve all that, we still have a problem of a too narrow target audience. Let's ask ourselves, why is an app worth $1 billion? Usually, it's because a lot of people use it. The main investor of Clubhouse's last investment round, which pushed the valuation of Clubhouse to be worth more than $1 billion, is Andreessen Horowitz, and they know what they are doing. What we don't know about the deal is the investment amount of Andreessen Horowitz. Maybe it was just a relatively small amount to push the valuation beyond the magical $1 billion mark. Maybe they even plan to sell their shares in a couple of months. What we can say is that it was a calculated gamble because they saw the explosive growth of Clubhouse. To further drive this point home, let me read this short statement from Andreessen Horowitz about the investment. Clubhouse lets you multitask while you listen. Like podcasts, you can listen while you take a walk, fold laundry, or work out. Because you're listening to people talk, Clubhouse is about a real-time exchange of ideas, not just consuming highly edited static content. It's a fresh experience that brings humanity and context to online social engagement. So one of the benefits of Clubhouse is multitasking while you listen. So you mean like podcasts? Clubhouse can be the centerpiece of your evening. So you mean it's not about multitasking and more like podcasts. Clubhouse is also interactive. So you mean I cannot multitask? Clubhouse offers a completely fresh experience. Yes, totally, but is it necessary? Quite frankly, Clubhouse seems to me like a product for a minority of elite office workers who like attending a lecture or talk in the evening.
With a common denominator.
Where it stands right now, Clubhouse will not be mainstream and kill podcasting. My advice to you is reserve your username and then forget about it if you are a business. If you are or want to be an influencer, get active on Clubhouse right now and promote your own room everywhere you are. Ride the wave of Clubhouse and then get your audience someplace else like Spotify. I may eat my words in the future, but right now I'm a firm pass on Clubhouse. If you want to know how to define your own social media strategy, watch this video right here. Subscribe to this channel, see you in the next video, and until then, continue to be awesome. See ya!